I think that she has definitely, as they say, broken the glass ceiling, and she's done that. But I think she's also going to leave that impression for younger people, especially our young ladies, to see that, yeah, I can do this. This can be me.
Well, with Vice President Kamala Harris's Democratic nomination acceptance, her name now forever etched twice in American history. It was November 3rd, 2020, her first peek at national history as the Biden-Harris ticket won the presidential election. Harris then becoming the first black female vice president of the United States. And just last night, Harris becoming the first black female Democratic nominee. Now, I had the chance to sit down with a woman in Harrisonburg who knows a little something about making history. Deanna Reed, the first African-American female mayor of Harrisonburg, spoke to me about what it's like to be a first and why this historic moment should be celebrated. Well, to start off, thank you for sitting down with us today and talking about this very fun, historic topic, so we appreciate that. All right, so you're the first female African-American mayor. What's it like to be a first?
Humbling. I'm very humbled by that, and it's a responsibility. Because when you're the first, of course, and the way I felt, especially being a woman and a woman of color, right? I really had to be aware of, how I was coming across, right? I didn't want to be that angry, black woman that some people may say, or that stereotype that sometimes we have, or as women, us being emotional or whatever. And so I was very guarded my first term, right? Just kind of trying to figure things out. Now I'm not. Now I'm me. But as women, right, we kind of get critiqued more. We have to make sure that we are on point because we may be perceived as, she doesn't know the issues. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's not as intelligent as the rest of the men or whatever. And so those things, yes, I did have to deal with. But I don't know if that really comes as being the first or just being a woman in general in a man's world.
Right. Yeah. Let's shift a little bit now to Kamala Harris, right?
Yes.
So 2020, let's go back there. She becomes vice president of the United States. What was that moment like?
Oh, gosh. Excitement, proud, right? Very much like I felt in 2008 with Obama. Not really understanding, like, wow, this is happening, right? Even though we had Obama, right? We had Obama. And so it almost should have been like, oh, yeah, we already had our first African-American president. But it's something about the first African-American woman, right, even as the vice president, I never thought we would see that. But I also think that she gave all women, like, the inspiration and the, just the desire to know that we can do this, that we can be at this, at this spot.
I think it'll be easy for a lot of people to overlook it. Like you said, we had Obama, but it wasn't the same.
Right.
So why should this specific moment be celebrated in history?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think because of the significance, and, I don't want to say that Obama wasn't significant because he absolutely was significant, but we have had men presidents, right? We've never had a woman president. And so I think that is what's more significant about Kamala's race. I think for the black community, it's very exciting for us. I also think because she has a significant connection to the Divine Nine, which is the black fraternities and sororities. There have been people who have served as part of the Divine Nine, right? But not at this level, right? And so that is also a connection.
As a member of Divine Nine yourself, what's it like to see that portion, that section of African Americans, like on this stage now, to where people who may not even known that existed or didn't know much about it are seeing them make an impact? I mean, some people are even calling them the secret weapon to the election. So what is that like?
And that's true. That is true. We are a tight-knit family. You know, she's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. But we are a family, right? And so, you know, she knows that she has our support. Service and social action, you know, is a core of each of our organizations. And so having our support is definitely going to be a plus for her.
Just to kind of wrap things up, what lasting impact do you think this will have on yourself and then those who are coming after us?
That people of color can see themselves and know that they have a voice and that they too can lead in this way. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we just don't have the confidence, or we don't feel like we're accepted, or we feel like nobody understands, you know, our challenges and our needs. But when you have somebody that looks like you, that is on this platform, then it's hope, right?